Okay, so today we're going to show you 5 things that you can do to make your automatic transmission last let's say like 10 times longer than the average person would have their transmission last. Okay, so we're going to start the engine up here. The first thing you should do actually here, so this is how we're going to start off. You should switch your car to on, and then once it's on, you can put your car into neutral. You should put your car in neutral before you start it, okay? Always. You want to have your car, if it's in park, it will actually always grind your gears just a little bit. Alright, so then you can just, alright, so if you have one of these better transmissions, see, my car's so old, I have all the dust on here. That's how long my transmission is lasting. It's awesome. Okay, so you want to make sure that you put it in gear 1, and then what you're going to do is you're going to drive until you reach 4,000 or 5,000 RPMs, and then you're going to go straight to drive. And what that's going to do is you're going to get up to speed, and then you're going to go you're going to skip straight to the high gear, and you won't have to do all the unnecessary shifting that you would do otherwise. So what that looks like is you go like this, and you guys see how my RPMs just like they drop to below 1,000. You know, I skipped like 5 gears there, and that was just that is another tip, and that's how you can save your transmission. Okay, so the other thing you can do is if you're going highway and you want to slow down because you're coming up to an intersection or anything like that, you really don't want to use your brakes. If you apply your brakes, it just puts so much strain on your transmission, and it opens up so much for potential for it to wear. So what you actually want to do is you want to go, if you're going like say like 70, you want to actually go from overdrive, and you want to go straight to the gear number 2, and you can see my RPMs are jumping up, and then once again, and then there, and so that's how you want to slow down, and that will actually save your transmission a lot because you're not putting so much strain on it by applying your brakes. All right, so I have another tip for you, and this is a big one. All right, this is a big one. If you are going like highway speeds, you need to slow down. Well, guess what? Don't stay and drive and let it downshift. Okay, that's so much unnecessary shifting. You want to go straight to neutral, and just use your brakes, you know, to slow down, because there's just so much unnecessary shifting with all the downshifting, and it will just ruin your transmission way faster than it needs to. You know, I don't know why engineers haven't thought of this kind of stuff sooner, but I guess just they're not as smart as I am, and you know, that's sad, but you know, guys, you will understand. That's how it is. Okay, so I'm in a parking lot right now, and so here what you're gonna see is I'm going to put it in reverse. All right, we're gonna put it in reverse, and you never want to apply your brakes if you are in reverse. There's just so much torque going through your transmission if you're in reverse. Like, you could push a semi-truck. So okay, so you never ever want to apply your brakes if you're in reverse. So if you're needing to back up right now, like we are, so we're just kind of backing up, and I need to slow down now. You want to put your car in neutral, like I did just now. So right here you can see with the little red thing that it's neutral. That's where you want to put it before you apply your brakes, and that will like an extra 50,000 kilometers right there if you do that all the time, like guaranteed. Okay. So the other thing is you really want to refrain from using your park actually. You know, you actually really don't want to use that, because every time that you put your car in park, it jams a parking rod right into your gear. That's how it locks it up, and it actually wears your gears. Like, it wears them so much to a point where it will cut your transmission life right in half. Like, and that's if you're lucky, okay? So keep that in mind. So what you actually want to do is when you're needing to park, you want to slow down in neutral, obviously, because you don't want to put your brakes on when you're in drive. So once you're in neutral, you will apply your e-brake, and some cars will have a handle brake, here, okay? And so anyhow, this is how you should do that, all right? This is how that should be done. And then, you know, you take your, and you know, it comes with a downfall that you can't really take your keys out, but you can always have a secondary key and just lock your car, and then you will be just fine, you know. But so yeah, it kind of, you know, your key just has to stay in your car. But that's okay. Okay. So here's another tip for you, and it's kind of related to one I gave you earlier, right? So another way you can avoid all the unnecessary shifting, especially in town, is if you are if you're at a stop sign or anywhere in town, you wanna do what I'm doing here right now with my feet, okay? So you wanna have one foot on the brake pedal, and you wanna just rev it up to 2,000 RPM, and then you wanna let go, and then you wanna just make sure you get all the way up to speed, and then you wanna let go of your gas. And then it will just shift right to the gear that you want to be in. And that is just, you know, some people might say it's bad and that it's going to cost you a lot of extra gas, but it's worth it, because it will give you like 10 times the transmission life. Like, so it is definitely worth it. You know, and this car has always been treated like that. And this car is actually 103 years old. So, I mean, that tells you one thing, you know. Okay, and so if you follow all these tips, you should never have to change your transmission fluid. You should never have to change your clutch. You should never have to do any of those unnecessarily expensive maintenance things that normal people have to do on their transmissions, because it's nonsense, and it's just some way that that the car manufacturers and the mechanics are trying to make money off of you.